Rich is still drunk after the Jets draft last night.
Yeah. I am
My
drunk.
God, come on, man.
I am drunk.
We can't live in a world where the Jets are competent.
How would you have liked if you were like, let's just say you're some dude from Quincy, right? you save up all your time and your efforts to hop a flight from Logan to McCarran, the home of where Serrano once famously took the discs. You land here in town, you check in your hotel, you're just all fired up. Patriots at 21, they're going to pick.
Fired up.
And you go to that draft hall, you drink all day. It's like 8 o'clock at night, kind of tired. You find out Bill's trading down at 29. Then they go ahead after all this time, the whole long trip from Quincy all the way to your hotel here in Las Vegas, all the way through to pick 29. It's some guy from Chattanooga. You got to Google to find out who he is. It's just, there was some dude in an Amendola jersey we shot. They saw that shot of him on NFL Network last night. He's just like looking around like, okay. Once again, in Bill we trust, could have just stayed at home. Just stayed at home, played a little bit of the scratch-off winners instead of coming here and putting your money down on a table, Could have saved the time.
But if you're a Jets fan, you're glad you didn't stay home. Whoa.
Oh, my God. It's like the greatest weekend ever. Like, you should go and you should just bet everything. Bet
everything. Go see what the odds are right now, since you're in Vegas, of the Jets winning the AFC next year. What is it?
Oh, I wouldn't do that. No, there's safer bets.
Stand by.
No.
But hey,
I wouldn't do that.
Hey,
no,
come on. You got to feel that way. You got Jermaine Johnson at what? You got him at 26.
You just take 20 and put it down on your favorite Jet number, 12.
Yeah.
For Namath. Go ahead, just do that. That's what I would do if I, had the ability to do that. As an NFL employee, we're just staring at the food menus around here. That was.
What was the biggest shock for you last night on the coverage? You're on air, breaking news happens. Was it the Marquise Brown?
No, it's
the AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, Brockman, you posted it right away.
Yeah.
That the soundbite that we elicited from Mike Vrabel a few weeks ago when he was on, and I asked about the rumors of trading AJ Brown, and he said not as long as he's coached the Tennessee Titans, and he's still coaching the Tennessee Titans, and A.J. Brown is on the Philadelphia Eagles. And, I know a lot of people are talking about what a great draft the Jets had and the Giants had, and, the Ravens had an interesting night because they wound up with Kyle Hamilton at 14, and then they traded back in on the back part of the first round. But the Eagles, trading up to go get Jordan Davis, who, next to Fletcher Cox, as long as Fletcher's still there, will be a very difficult front for Zeke to have to get through. And they will have Fletcher's, if you will, replacement for years to come. And then use the, 16th overall pick in the draft or 18th overall pick in the draft for A.J. Brown and paid him. And so that's a heck of a night for the Eagles. That's for sure. Do you find, and we've had this conversation here, and I kind of want to get your thought process on it. All these wide receivers that we're seeing be paid the bag of money, are being shipped off to places where the quarterback position isn't necessarily known. You don't quite know. I think Derek Carr, you do in Las Vegas, he's the guy, but people are always talking about it in Miami and now in Philadelphia with Jalen Hurts. The places that these quarterback or these players are coming from are the likes of Kansas City and Green Bay, where you have Hall of Fame quarterbacks. What do you think about those who are deciding to pay wide receivers and those who are deciding not to, but find that value in the draft? We've been talking about that on the show for the last couple of weeks. With Debo and A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf in their walk years. And we're wondering who is going to pay a receiver who is entering year 4, like a receiver who has put 7-8 years of top-notch play on the field, like DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams. I mean, Tyreek Hill hasn't been at it that long, but I think has shown next level ability and dependability. So who's going to go ahead and pay that receiver that type of money? And clearly, we found out last night the Titans won't or are hesitant to for A.J. Brown, and the Eagles will. And, you see whether the contract's worth $25 million annually or $21 million annually, depend upon whether it's an extension or not. That said, we're finding out if a team will go ahead and take somebody who is still very young, but still, again, young in terms of what they've shown, and pay them, or will they do what the Titans did last night, which is get rid of him and then draft his exact comp
right
as a replacement.
Yeah, Daniel
And
Jeremiah.
That's what they did.
Yep.
And the Jets last night, instead of acquiring Debo, it's not like it was their choice to not acquire him. I think they would absolutely have given up the 10th overall pick, as we discussed, for him and others. But the Niners, as I had said all week long, I just needed to see it to believe it, that they would trade Debo Samuel away, and they haven't. And now it will be one of those conversations to sit him down and say, what can we do to make this work? Because you're here. And I instead of doing that, the Jets obviously would have been great to get Debo Samuel, but they've got Garrett Wilson at 10, and the amount of money that they're going to pay Garrett Wilson over the next 4 years of his contract is what they would have paid Debo annually for just his first year in a contract. So this is just an interesting way to take a look at, are receivers going to be like the next, if you will, running back of the league? And we're beginning to see how the marketplace is hammered out.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.